All right, let's talk about something small, something we all use, but something that is way more complicated than it looks, the memory card. They seem so simple, right? But the tech packed inside is insane. And honestly, picking the right one can literally make or break your entire day of shooting. So let's just get right to the big question, the one we've all had staring at a wall of these things.
I mean, you've been there, right? You see two cards, they look exactly the same, but one is 10 times the price. Sometimes a single top of the line card costs as much as a really nice lens. What in the world are you paying for? Is it just a scam? Well, no, not at all. The answer and the reason for that price tag is that inside that little plastic shell, there's a constant microscopic war being waged against the laws of physics. And this battle is all about speed, reliability, and how long that card is even going to survive. To really get it, you have to stop thinking of a memory card as just storage. You need to see it for what it truly is, which is the single biggest potential bottleneck in your entire camera setup. Think about what's happening. Your camera's sensor and its processor are absolute beasts, capturing incredible amounts of data at lightning speed. But all that data has to go somewhere, and it has to get there fast. The right card? It's the hero. It clears your camera's buffer instantly, and you never miss a shot. But the wrong card? Oh, it's the villain. It's a traffic jam, causing dropped video frames, that blinking red light that never goes away, and a whole lot of creative frustration. So, what really separates the heroes from the villains? To understand that, we gotta go deeper. I mean, way deeper. Right down to the physics of the memory chip itself.
Okay, so all modern cards use something called NAND flash memory. And here's the weird thing about it, the central quirk that causes all the problems. Data gets written in these tiny little chunks called pages. But, and this is the key, it can only be erased in these much, much bigger chunks called blocks. This mismatch, writing small but having to erase big, is the root cause of pretty much all the complexity we're about to get into.
So because of that weird page versus block thing, you can't just overwrite a little piece of old data. It's not like a hard drive. To change even one tiny page of information, the card's little brain, its controller, has to do this ridiculous four-step shuffle. It has to find all the good data in that big block, copy it all somewhere else, then wipe the entire original block clean, and only then can it finally write your new little piece of data. It's incredibly inefficient. And all that shuffling and extra writing leads to this thing called write amplification. It basically means that for every 1 megabyte of video you think you're recording, the card might be physically writing 2, 3, or even more megabytes behind the scenes just to keep everything organized. This absolutely kills your speed, and more importantly, it wears the card out, because those memory cells can only be erased and rewritten so many times before they die. And this isn't just me saying it. This undesirable phenomenon, as Wikipedia so politely puts it, is the #1 enemy of every memory card manufacturer. So here's the bottom line. A cheap card has a dumb controller that does a terrible job managing this, leading to high write amplification, slow speeds, and a short life. That expensive pro-grade card, it has a super powerful controller with brilliant software designed to do one thing: fight write amplification and keep it as low as humanly possible. That's what you're paying for. Okay, so now that we know about the crazy physics happening inside, let's look at how all of that gets translated into that confusing mess of symbols printed on the outside. We're going to decode the most important ones for the card we all know and love, the SD card. First up, the bus speed. You'll see it marked with a Roman numeral, I or II. And the difference isn't just a number, it's actually physical. If you flip the card over, you'll see a UHS 2 card has a whole second row of contact pins. That second row opens up a much wider data highway to the camera, letting it transfer data up to 3 times faster than a standard UHI card. Now listen up, because this is probably the single most important symbol for any of us shooting video today, the video speed class, or the V rating. Do not be fooled by that giant number on the box that says up to 170 megabytes per second. That's a peak speed, a best case scenario. The V rating is different. It's a promise. It's a guarantee of the minimum sustained write speed. A V90 card is promising you that its write speed will never, ever drop below 90 megabytes per second. And that guarantee is everything when you're trying to avoid dropped frames in a high bitrate recording. But what happens when even the fastest V90 SD card just can't keep up? For high-end cinema cameras and insane burst photography, you have to level up. This is where the pro-grade powerhouses come into play. And you can really see the massive technological jump right here. SD cards use their own special system, their own bus. CFast 2.0 cards, well, they adopted the SATA interface, the same tech you'd find in a computer hard drive. But the real game changer, the new king, is CF Express. It uses PCIe and NVMe protocols. That's the exact same insanely fast technology that powers the internal SSDs in the newest computers. It's a whole different league.
So let's put some real numbers to this to see what we're talking about. The absolute fastest a UHS-2 SD card can theoretically go, in a perfect world, is 312 megabytes per second, which, is pretty fast. But then look at CFast 2.0. This isn't some theoretical peak speed. This is an actual guaranteed sustained write speed of 470 megabytes per second. That's a huge leap in real-world reliable performance.
And then there's CF Express 4.0. The potential speed here is it's staggering. We're talking about the ability to offload your footage with the right card and a high-speed USB 4.0 reader at over 5,000 megabytes per second. That's not just a little faster. That completely revolutionizes your entire workflow, turning hours of waiting into minutes.
So, you did it. You spent the money, you got the perfect card for your needs. Now what? How do you keep it running at its peak and make sure it actually lasts? It all comes down to proper maintenance. Now, a lot of people think that formatting a card is basically the same thing as just selecting all the files and hitting delete. It is absolutely not. In fact, using your computer's built-in generic formatting tool can actually hurt your card's performance and shorten its lifespan over time. Here's what you need to do. Always use the official formatter from the SD Association. Why? Because it's not just deleting files, it's performing a deep-level tune-up specifically for flash memory. It perfectly aligns the file system with the physical blocks and pages inside the card. And doing that minimizes that nasty write amplification we talked about earlier, which directly results in faster performance and a much longer, healthier life for your card.
And when you do format, there is only one option you should ever choose: exFAT. The old system, FAT32, had a 4 gigabyte limit on file size, which is completely useless for modern video. exFAT blows past that limit, and it works perfectly on everything: your camera, your Windows PC, your Mac. No issues, no hassle.
So where is all this tech heading? What's next? Well, the truth is, the future is already here, and it is unbelievably fast. The entire industry is moving toward CF Express 4.0 as the new gold standard. Its incredible speed is what makes things like shooting 8K raw video or firing off endless bursts of high-resolution photos even possible. Getting on board with this standard now means your workflow won't grind to a halt the day you buy your next-generation camera. And really, that's the final thought I want to leave you with. Your memory card isn't just a passive little bucket you dump files into. It's an active, essential, and demanding part of your creative process. Understanding it, choosing the right one, and taking care of it, that's how you unlock the true potential not just of your camera, but of your own creativity.